Hey, Chris from Big Family Gaming. I'm back. I know it's been a while since I have done an update to the 32X collection. Just been super busy with work and kids and life in general, like everybody else. So, I've had some people reach out, hey, what's going on with the 32X set? How are you guys doing? We're great. I hope you guys are great. And just thought it was time to do an update, pickup videos. If you've been following me on Twitter or on Instagram, you've seen some of my pickups lately. So this video, we're going to start off by going over where I'm at with the 32X set. And then I'm going to share some of the highlights of my pickups over the last month or so. Not everything, because again, if you've seen my Twitter, I've had some massive pickups. But we'll go over some of the highlights here today. All right, we're just going to jump right into it. The 32X set. So the long and the short of the story is the 32X set is pretty much done. I have every North American game except for Spider-Man Web of Fire. So let's talk about that for a second. The immediately after my last video, I had two games come in. The two that came in were WrestleMania, the arcade, which is a great port of the arcade version, and I know some people aren't fans of the WrestleMania arcade game, but I do dig it. So this one is very nice copy, complete with the poster and the registration card. So that's a little bit harder to find, but happy to get that one. Probably paid a little bit too much for it, but that's okay. This one came from Amazon. This is Brutal above the claw, and this one actually was priced around the price of a complete in box copy, but it arrived sealed and it was listed as damaged. But you can kind of see it. This little dent on the back. That's it. Now some of the seal is peeling back here, so it's not completely perfect, but it's still sealed. And there's the hang tab. You can tell fully intact. So it's not a reseal. You can, I don't know if some of you, there's the H seam. If you're familiar with seal games, I'm not really a seal collector, but if the price is right, I will grab it. So there's that one. Now this next one, interesting story. When I first started going for the 32X set, I was trying to knock out some of the heavier hitters. So I ordered this game for what I thought was a good price again, and it was one of the very first games I ordered, but due to the the whole mess, it was actually one of the very last games to arrive, and this is one I really want to play, actually, not just add to the collection. This is Blackthorn. And this one, even though you can see the seal on there, it is not sealed, but it has the original wrapping on it. It's a very nice, clean copy. There's the hang tab from it, and it's complete. And this took almost a whole month to get here from California, and the guy just sent it first class mail. The seller was very responsive. Always responded to my emails. He was very surprised I hadn't received it yet when I reached out to him. It was packaged very well. I'm glad it all worked out, and it even included a box protector. So, no harm, no foul, as they say. So, yeah. So Blackthorn, and then we have the story of Spider-Man Web of Fire. Now, this game has just shot up in price in recent years. I think we talked about this in the last video that I'm just checking my camera. It's good. Anyway, on the last video, that the one on eBay sold for $1,476. So I ended up just getting a reproduction copy from Retro Gamer and Backups. Henry over there hooked me up with this, and it's a complete in-box reproduction. Now you can tell, so it's reproduction. The color on the spine isn't the bright yellow like the 32X games are. It's more of a burnt orange, which is fine, and it's just very, very nice handmade reproduction. You can tell, look at that label. It's a very, very good copy. And it even includes, you can see it in there, a manual. So this will do for now. The game works. It plays great. So until I find one at a garage sale or for a decent price or trade, I can't quite spend that sort of cash on one not so great game. All right, so 32X set, my opinion, done, good enough. 35 out of 36 U.S. release games. Got a reproduction for number 36. We'll call it good, thumbs up. So that brings for me personally, right? Everybody's got different collecting goals. Everybody's got different standards to what they hold their collection to. We're at 3 sets. We've got the complete North American Wii U set. We've got the complete Sega Master System set. And now we've got the complete 32X set for North America. So thank you, everybody, for your encouragement, your support. And I'm not quite sure where I'm going to go next as far as complete sets. I don't know that I'm going for another one quite yet. I've just been focusing on work. We got a lot of family stuff going on, trying to finish the basement, and with the baby due in September. So number 9, as you may know. So that's fun. That's what's going on here. Now, let's switch gears a little bit. We're going to talk about some of my other pickups, some of the other things I've grabbed this last month. So let's start off with, and I got stories for all these, right? So let's start out with a story. So I saw a guy selling a Game Boy Advance SP 101 on Facebook. I said, hey, is this still available? And he goes, well, it's pending. And so my next question, anybody that says that is, do you have any other video games that you're going to sell or list? He goes, well, I do. He goes, but I got to dig them out. Give me some time. So no problem, man. Just keep me posted. So this was probably 3 months ago, and I keep messaging him every few weeks. I say, hey man, any update on the games? Oh no, I'm gonna get to it. Oh no, I'm gonna get to it. Finally, I message him. I said, hey, just checking in, just saying hi. And he said, I dug them out. He goes, this is what I have. So he listed a bunch of stuff, but eventually we were able to meet up, and I was able to get some games off of him. So this is what I was able to score off this one gentleman locally, and his prices were really decent. So we got a nice, the special yellow edition Super Nintendo. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. But I think this is the original run. It didn't come with any power supplies or anything, or cables, but I have all that, and it works great. So couldn't pass that up. Included with that was a copy of Aerobiz Supersonic with the manual and the Funko Land sleeve. So, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that or put it in the trade pile, but that's a neat game. And then the other 2 games I got from him, one, again, I'm not really an NES collector, but I like good games, rare games at good prices. So we have No Bunga's Adventure 1 and 2. Which 2 being the harder, more rare to find version, but with No Bunga's Ambition 1, I do have the manual and this little detailed card that kind of talks about the game, so that's neat. These I'm probably for sure going to put up on the trade lot, so if anybody's interested, reach out on those, but those are pricey games. All right. The next thing I want to talk about is I put out some feelers. I put out on the Facebook group, and again, you may have seen a Twitter post from me about this, was don't forget to ask your neighbors if they have any games they want to get rid of. So in a local neighborhood Facebook group, I just made a post and said, hey, anybody got any video games that you don't want, you want to sell? Some guy responded, he said, hey, it's probably easier just for you to come over and see what I have than for me to explain to you. I said, fine. Messaged him. He gave me his address. He lives literally one street over. And he had a tub, and I mean a tub full of stuff. He explained to me that someone he knew got evicted or had to move out very quickly, and they just left everything. And he knew they left everything, so he went through and just picked up what he thought was worth stuff, which was buckets and buckets of stuff. He had condensed it all down to one bucket of games. And everything, and these things were nasty and dirty and filthy, but there was some good stuff in there. There was 2 N64 consoles, 2 NES consoles, a PS2 console, multiple controllers, games for Atari, Game Gear, PlayStation, Super Nintendo, a little bit of everything. I had a bunch of I thought the games were in there, but there were a bunch of empty DS cases. But the fact of the matter is, I got a price on it. I was able a great price on it. I was able to already sell both the NESs, both the both the N64s, the PS2. I've more than made my money back. But the highlight of that lot that I'm excited to share with you is I was able to score a copy of Space Megaforce on the Super Nintendo. So, made some money, made a new friend, and got a copy of Space Megaforce. So, can't complain about that. Also up the street, somebody had another NES. So that weekend, I actually ended up with like 4 NESs and another Sega Genesis. All those sold, but the games I kept out of those from that lot, they were really clean. I forgot to pull it down, but I had these 2 games, Pitfall and Cliffhanger. So super clean copies of both. The other one that I forgot to pull down was Zombies Ate My Neighbors, which I was able to upgrade my copy, which had rental stickers on it, and sold that one to a buddy of mine locally, and kept the nicer copy. All right. Next thing, as things were starting to open up around here, popped into a local pawn shop, and their prices had not been updated. So we was able to score this copy of Omega Ruby, Pokemon Omega Ruby, for the 3DS for $10 because they mislabeled it, and a copy of the original Mega Man, Mega Man 1 on NES for $40, $45, and that game's trending upward right now as well. So happy to add to the collection. I'm open to trading that one just because I don't have a nostalgia for Mega Man or anything like that. Didn't grow up with it, and it's a tough game, but I don't mind keeping it either because it's pretty historical, right? Has a lot. Now, speaking of Mega Man, I went into the local game store as they opened up, and I was able... So I'm walking through the aisle, and I see a sign that says, buy 2, get 1 free, which was their Memorial Day sale. And this was already after Memorial Day, and I see the sign, I'm like, I'm guessing this sign doesn't apply right now, does it? He goes, oh no. He goes, man, would you bring that sign here and you'd be a champ? I said, well, does that mean I get to get the deal? He goes, yeah, I'll hook you up. So for that deal, I ended up scoring the 3 games I bought, which means bought 2, got 1. The 2 I paid for, the most expensive ones, were Super Smash Brothers original release Black Label on the GameCube, and Mega Man Legends 2, which again, this is priced below market value. Complete in box, very nice clean copy, Mega Man Legends 2 on the PS1. And then the free game I decided to go ahead and score with that was Snowboard Kids 2 on the N64. So a little bit of everything. And yeah, got some pretty decent deals. Paid a little bit more for Smash Brothers than I would have liked, but the discount, the cheaper Mega Man and the free Snowboard Kids 2 made up for it. All right. And as I was walking out, I saw on the counter Spider-Man for $12.99, Black Label, clean copy. Had to grab it. What else do we got? A little Mercari order. I was thinking about going for Dreamcast next on the complete set. I'm still not sold. Still not 100% sure. I have a buddy locally who is going for the Dreamcast set. So I ended up ordering a couple of these online, Mercari, eBay, Sonic Adventure 2, complete, in box. And Mercari got a decent price on this as well, Gunbird 2. So we got some heavy hitters, some bigger games for the Dreamcast. I like them. I'm not sure where I'm going with that yet. So if I decide to do it, at least I got a couple of the more expensive titles out of the way. If not, oh well. Now let's see. I'm almost done. I'm looking at my pile of games over here. We're getting close to the end. I saw Omega Ace. One of his first streams I was in was Castlevania Legacy of Darkness, and that game actually kind of looked better than I had ever thought it was for 3D Castlevania. So I had kind of been on the lookout for a nice copy for a decent price, and I found one used on Amazon. Again, don't forget to check Amazon when you're searching for your games. Third-party sellers, sight unseen. I decided to take a chance just because the price was right, and yeah, got a really nice, clean copy of Castlevania Legacy of Darkness for like $55-$60. Like, that's pretty cheap for this game, so can't complain about that. Took another chance. Again, some of you might have seen this on Twitter. I've had this game before, but it's been trending upwards, and I really wanted to get it again. But I wanted a good price on it. So there was a crappy picture on Mercari. Took a chance, and a real, authentic Conker's Bad Fur Day arrived this week. This is a recent arrival. So happy to have this one back in the collection. My N64 collection, even though I don't play it a lot, and it's not one of my favorite consoles, I have like 65, 70 games for it, so, you know, that's always an option. These also arrived this week. Now, I had the games, but now they're complete in box. Found somebody selling me the cases and manuals, so now Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil Survivor, black labels, are now complete. I think it was just a few bucks each case. But I had the loose discs, so nice to give them a home. All right. One of the last lots that I got this week, again, you might have seen it on Twitter, was a GameCube lot. I should have grabbed it down, but I actually was able to score a GameCube complete in box. I wish I would have grabbed it for the video. I'm sorry. The Game Boy Player, a stack of games, which I got the highlights here. So the Game Boy Player came with the Game Boy Player disc, and this is the sleeve. I had some people ask me, is that the disc? And yes, it is. It is in its sleeve. You don't see the sleeve too often. So got the Game Boy Player disc. Also came with complete, very clean copies, and these are just the highlights. I got way more games with it. Luigi's Mansion, Mario Sunshine, Harvest Moon. So GameCube collection is growing a little bit, especially right now. GameCube is super hot, so it's hard to add a whole bunch for a good price, but you're caught up. We have the 32X set complete. We have added a bunch of games with the pickups. You know me, I'm always on the lookout for deals and steals, but thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, enjoy my pickups, give it a like, give it a subscribe, throw me a comment, send me a DM, just say hi, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks, guys. See ya.